it's actually really incredible what you can forget and that you can disregard, discount actually. Because what I realise is that life happens in various stages, and at each stage we garner various lessons of how to do things better in the future, and we gain huge amounts of wins that help us make better decisions in the future, makes us more confident, makes us more certain about things. And even if you don't know what the outcomes of various decisions are going to be, well, you can gain enough confidence to know that you'll be able to deal with whatever's been thrown at you. And now that my therapeutic practice is really starting to cover the major issues of my life, well, I've actually withstood a huge amount of criticism and backlash and backstabbing. And in all of it, what I've actually done is allowed myself to, take all of the knocks, but not necessarily stood up for myself in the way that I should. But I'm not a regretful man, and nor am I in a desperate hurry, actually. Because it's interesting, when I'm on Twitter, I've got really, really sort of young guys who are talking about, building businesses. They're teenagers sometimes, in their 20s, really, really young and making amazing efforts. But they're all talking about running out of time and everything being such a frantic rush all the time, and often talking about fighting. And the thing is, I'm in my mid-40s now, so I grew up in a very, very different time, and the conditions of my childhood were, to be honest, unusual, not that common, even at that time. But now, financially and culturally, we are in a very, very different position. But people talk about, well, you must fight for everything. I thought, well, yeah, it's one perspective. My perspective is that you invest in things. But the interesting thing is that people say you've got to fight and fight and fight, and you haven't got that much time, and you can't rest on your laurels. Fair play. But the same people will also tell you, just 6 months or a year's solid work, lock in and get it done. What you realise is the reactivity of a lot of people's behaviour. And I'll be honest, in my way, I have actually, I don't know if you can hear that. Is that? Yeah, helicopter, I thought so. I've been reactive in my own way by desperately trying to make various relationships work, and also put huge amounts of effort into trying various different business opportunities and things, and again ignoring my better intuition, that knowing it wasn't the right model for me, but just being so unbelievably optimistic that I turned my intuition off effectively. And again, I don't regret any of these things. I firmly believe that you do have to go through these things. We learn, through experience. But what I aim to do, and your life is your life, your journey is your journey, and I don't think we can actually prevent people from making various decisions. I don't think we can really persuade or convince people of things. But what we can do is plant seeds in people's minds, which is what I want to do with my content in various forms on various platforms, to know that when the results come back from however you've behaved, that we all understand that nothing is forever, nothing is set in stone, that you can always recover and pick yourself back off, pick yourself back up, dust yourself off and keep going. I encountered a huge amount of really stupid questions from people, and what I realised that actually many times in the past, so yeah, this is how I do it. Maybe you don't like it, but this is my way of doing things, and it's a radically liberating way to live. I've just sort of let myself get into the doldrums over the last 5 to 10 years, but guess what? Freshly shaved and still going, still smiling, and remembering all the time that it's our choice how we live and how we do things. So I'm not going to say, oh, just be optimistic like me, but what I will say is resilience, it can be very easy to miss, and the fact that you're still here, still trying, still willing, that actually is a much better sign than you realise. And as ever, the support is there from me should you need it. So please do believe more in yourself. Understand that we're actually, I was thinking about this on my walk from the park last night, in fact, that we're actually, if you're able to watch this video wherever you're watching it from, we're actually really lucky to be alive. We have so many opportunities. So, to use common parlance, do lock in and believe in yourself. And if there's something that you really want, you can have it. So please do like and subscribe to help push this message as far as possible. And should you feel inclined to do so, please do share to spread the love. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Ciao for now.